Have you ever felt so stressed about money that you couldn't think straight? You're not alone, and it's not just a feeling. Financial stress literally rewires your brain. It is a biological reaction that can quietly sabotage your decisions and trap you in a cycle that's hard to escape. But here's the good news. Understanding the science behind it is the first step to breaking free. Let's start with what happens inside your head when you're worried about bills, debt, or just making ends meet. Uncertainty about money triggers your brain's alarm system, the amygdala. This small, almond-shaped part of your brain is responsible for processing fear and threats. When it senses danger into your brain, the threat of not having enough money is very real. It floods your system with cortisol, the stress hormone. This isn't just a momentary panic. When financial stress becomes chronic, your brain shifts into a permanent state of survival mode. Think of it like this. Your brain believes you're constantly being chased by a predator. In that state, your priority isn't to sit down and carefully map out a 5-year financial plan. Your priority is to survive the next 5 minutes. This survival mode has 3 major consequences for your financial life. First, it makes you more impulsive. The prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for rational thinking, planning, and self-control, gets overpowered by the emotional, reactive amygdala. This is why, when you're stressed, you might be more likely to splurge on something you do and need for a quick hit of dopamine, even if you know it'll hurt your budget later. That retail therapy isn't a lack of willpower. It's your brain desperately seeking a moment of relief from the constant stress. Second, it heightens your anxiety. With cortisol levels consistently high, you become hypervigilant. Every financial decision feels like a life or death situation. This can lead to decision paralysis where you're so afraid of making the wrong move that you make no move at all. You might avoid looking at your bank statements, opening bills, or talking about money, which only makes the problem worse. It's a feedback loop. Stress causes avoidance, and avoidance creates more stress. Third, and perhaps most importantly, it severely damages your ability to think long-term. Survival mode shortens your time horizon. Your brain is focused on immediate threats and immediate rewards. Saving for retirement or investing for the future feels abstract and irrelevant when you re-worried about putting food on the table next week. This isn't a character flaw. It's a biological imperative. Your brain is wired to prioritize immediate survival over distant possibilities. This phenomenon is often described by researchers as the scarcity mindset. When you feel a constant lack of something, whether it's money, time, or even social connection, it consumes your mental energy. Scientists call this cognitive load. Imagine your brain as a computer with a limited amount of RAM. Financial stress is like running a dozen heavy programs in the background. All at once, it slows everything down. This heavy cognitive load is why financial stress impacts so much more than just your bank account. It reduces your mental bandwidth, making it harder to focus at work, which can affect your productivity and even your job security. It makes you less patient with your loved ones, straining your relationships. It can even take a toll on your physical health. Chronic stress is linked to a host of problems, from high blood pressure and heart disease to a weakened immune system. So you see, financial stress creates a vicious cycle. The stress itself impairs your judgment and decision-making abilities. This leads to poor financial choices, like taking on high-interest debt or failing to save, which in turn create more financial problems and, you guessed it, more stress. It can feel like you're stuck on a hamster wheel, running faster and faster, but getting nowhere. So how do you get off the wheel? If it's a biological problem, does that mean we're doomed? Absolutely not. The solution isn't just earn more money, although that can help. The real key is to manage your brain's reaction to the stress you're under. It's about creating systems that work asterisk with asterisk your brain, not against it, especially when it's in survival mode. Let's break down 4 powerful strategies to do just that. First, build systems and routines. When your brain is overloaded and prone to impulsive decisions, you need to put your finances on autopilot. The single most effective way to do this is to automate your savings and bill payments. Set up automatic transfers to your savings account the day you get paid. This is the classic pay-yourself-first strategy, and it works because it removes the decision-making process. You don't have to rely on willpower to save. The money is gone before you even have a chance to spend it. Similarly, automating bill payments ensures you never miss a due date, avoiding late fees and the stress that comes with them. By creating these systems, You're outsourcing the hard work from your stressed-out brain to a reliable, emotionless process. Second, simplify your financial life. Remember that cognitive load we talked about? The more accounts, credit cards, and subscriptions you have, the more mental energy you expend trying to manage them all. Simplify. Consolidate your bank accounts. If you have multiple credit cards, consider focusing on using just one or two. Create a simple budget. It doesn't need to be a 100-line spreadsheet. It can be as easy as the 50-30-20th rule. 50% of your income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. The goal is to reduce the number of financial decisions you have to make each day, freeing up precious mental bandwidth. Third, practice psychological reframing. How you think about your financial situation dramatically affects how you feel about it. Instead of viewing your budget as a restriction, a list of all the things you asterisk, cut an asterisk by reframe it as a plan for freedom. Your budget is a tool that empowers you to direct your money toward what you truly value. When you make a tough choice, like skipping a dinner out to pay down debt, don't focus on the sacrifice. Focus on the progress. Celebrate the small wins. Every dollar you save or every bit of debt you pay off is a victory. This positive reinforcement helps rewire your brain to associate good financial habits with reward, not deprivation. It shifts your mindset from one of scarcity to one of proactive control. Finally, let's talk about building a buffer. A huge source of financial anxiety is the fear of the unexpected, a car repair, a medical bill, a sudden job loss. An emergency fund is your shield against this anxiety. Having even a small amount of money set aside for emergencies can dramatically reduce your cortisol levels because it gives you a sense of security. Your brain knows there's a safety net. Start small. Your goal doesn't have to be 6 months of expenses right away. Aim for $1,000. Then build from there. Automate a small transfer to your emergency fund each payday. Seeing that balance grow is one of the most powerful ways to calm your brain's alarm system. Breaking the cycle of financial stress is not about becoming a different person overnight. It's about understanding that your brain is trying to protect you, even if its methods are counterproductive in the modern world. By implementing these strategies, automation, simplification, reframing, and building a buffer, you create an environment where your prefrontal cortex can regain control from your panicked amygdala. You reduce your cognitive load and free up your mind to think clearly and plan for the future. This isn't just about managing money better. It's about reclaiming your mental peace, improving your health, and taking back control of your life. You have the power to change your relationship with money, not by fighting your biology, but by understanding it and building smarter systems to support it. Thanks so much for watching. If this video helped you see financial stress in a new light, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content that helps you build a healthier, wealthier life. See you in the next one.